Aloha everyone, this is Cindy from Stamped with Aloha, and welcome to part 3 of my Back on Your Feet series. Today I'm going to show you a card that was created using this giraffe image here. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I'm going to do is take one of our Whisper White note cards. I'm going to fold it in half, and using a bone folder I'm going to give it a nice clean flat fold. Then I'm going to grab a piece of crushed curry cardstock. This has been cut at 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. You may notice that in all of the other videos in this series, I've used the exact same measurement for the background cardstock, and I've also used the same 3D mosaic embossing folder as well. Now I'm going to take a piece of our soft suede cardstock. I've die cut this using our stitched nested labels dies, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of dimensionals to the back of this. I'll peel off the backing, and then I'm going to press this right on the front of the card. So this will be the back of our card, the base, okay? So I'm going to set that to the side, and now let's stamp our main image. So I'm going to grab a piece of Whisper White cardstock and the giraffe image that comes in the Back on Your Feet stamp set, and I'll go ahead and stamp the giraffe on the scrap paper. So as you can see, this poor giraffe has a knot in his neck. Well, we're going to go ahead and color him using our light Daffodil Delight ink, and as I usually do, I'm going to go ahead and outline the entire image, and then I'll go ahead and color everything in. Then I'm going to use the dark Daffodil Delight to color the spots. I'm going to finish him up with a little bit of dark crumb cake blends. And there you go. He's all done and our jazzy music time is over. So the next thing we're going to do is take our paper snips and we're going to go ahead and just cut him out. Okay, once he's all cut out, he's going to look like this. And then we're going to go ahead and take him and flip him over. And then we'll add some snail adhesive to the back. And then we're going to mount him right to the center of our card. Now, if we were only using the Back on Your Feet stamp set, then there's a perfect sentiment in here. It says, "This is not good." And that coordinates with the knot in his neck. So when I think about something that's not good right now, that is the fact that the stores are all sold out of toilet paper. So I wanted to try to find a way to create toilet paper using our stamps. So as I was looking at the sloth image, do you notice the bandage right there? Well, I thought that would make the most perfect roll of toilet paper. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that bandage out using my paper snips. And I'm going to cut all around the bandage. And then just set that right there. Kind of already looks like toilet paper, don't you think? But then I want to go ahead and cut it a second time. Now that the second one is cut out, we're going to take just the tiniest little piece off the second little bandage here, and we're going to follow the lines that are on the image and go ahead and cut that off. And I'll show you what that's going to be in just a minute. So I'm going to set that down, and now I'm going to create a bar to hang the toilet paper on. So I'm using a piece of silver foil and the Cake Builder punch. I'm going to just put the foil paper into the punch and just punch out a small little tiny section. And then I'll use my paper snips just to take a little nip off the end. And then we'll take that small silver bar and we'll just lay it down. And I just want to take the little bandage and measure it to make sure that you can see a tiny little bit of that bar sticking out on each side. And that looks good. Alright, so then let's glue this all together. So I'm going to grab a glue dot and stick the little bandage onto a mini glue dot. And then we'll stick that carefully right to the center of that little metal bar. I know it's kind of hard to see in the video, but okay. And then we'll take that extra little tiny piece, and this is going to be like that one little piece of toilet paper that's hanging off the roll to give it a little bit of a dimension. So I put some snail on the back, and then I'm going to go ahead and hang that tiny little piece on the back of that bandage. So now it'll just give it a little bit more of a toilet paper image. I don't know, what do you think? I think it looks like toilet paper. So We're going to take that using a glue dot, and we're going to go ahead and mount that to the front of our card. Okay, so our toilet paper is complete. Now, if we only had the Back on Your Feet stamp set, we could go ahead and use this image here which says this is not good, which would be really appropriate for the lack of toilet paper in the world right now. However, I found a stamp in this set called Love You to Pieces that was perfect for this card. So I'm going to go ahead and take a small piece of white cardstock. This is a 1/2 inch by 1.5 inches. And we're going to go ahead and stamp it with our sentiment, which very appropriately says 1 piece at a time. Isn't that perfect? So I added some dimensionals to the back, and then we're going to mount that right over the knot in the neck. Because we're not using that "this is not good" stamp, we're going to go ahead and just take that part off and then make our focal point the toilet paper. Now to finish off this card, we're going to put an inside sentiment. This comes from the Back on Your Feet stamp set, and it says, "Hope things get better soon." Isn't that the truth? So go ahead and put that in the inside, and then our card is completed. So I hope you enjoyed making this card and learning how to create toilet paper from our Stampin' Up! Stamps. If only creating toilet paper was that easy for real. But I just really love this set of cards, and I hope you did too. Let me show you the other ones that were in the series. We have our social distancing sloths, and then we have our little Back on Your Feet turtle card that pops up when you open it up. Now remember, this is a 4-part series, so I still have one more project to show you, and that is an adorable box that these cards will fit into. So be sure to check out part 4 of this series. It was a pleasure stamping with you. Have a blessed day.